For 10 years in my sales and leadership career, I held the highest position in field sales management that I could hold with a Fortune 500 insurance company. There were multiple levels of management that reported to me, and then we had a team of hundreds and hundreds of insurance agents out in the field making calls and writing business. There were times in that structure where at the corporate level, they would need projections from us because they needed to make strategic decisions. The projections were an important part of that. But what we found in the field is sometimes it was hard since everyone was an independent agent to be able to get those projections and have any kind of accuracy at all to them. If you're in real estate or insurance or any other thing where you have a team where they're not really employees, you'll understand the struggle with that. And I used to laugh and say sometimes you'll get a more accurate projection if you take a magic 8 ball and shake it and you look and it says, hey, you're going to write $200,000 in production today. So what I did is I developed a few things that made it easier, and I'm going to pass those along to you today. First off, you need to know your average sales ratios, whether it's how many sales conversations that your team has to have on the average to get a close, how many, what the average volume is on that. You need to know your personal company average so that you can apply the rest of this. Number two, develop a culture that's based on people feeling comfortable giving you honest projections rather than pie in the sky numbers. The last thing you want is someone giving you numbers thinking they need to do that to protect their job or underplaying it because they want to look even more impressive when the number finally comes in. And then the last thing I'll tell you about that is I stopped asking them to predict the future. I wanted simple numbers. How many employer conversations do you have lined up this week in our case? Or how many employees in our case are you going to see in enrollments? Your industry with whatever you're doing is going to be a little bit different, but you'll get the idea. And so what I'll tell you is consider having that the activity being the metric that you track and mechanizing that result so that based on your averages, it generates that projection for you. That way also as trends change, you can manipulate the algorithms yourself and you can, your results, your activity levels, your projections will all come together to give you that. Because what I found out was the only people that were independent contractors that were truly accurate with their projections for the following week were those who had made the sales but didn't make the transmission happen for the sale to be completed until the next week. So they knew exactly what amount of business was going to show up because they had just transmitted that to the corporate level. So anyway, hopefully you'll find these things helpful, especially when you're leading a team and you're giving projections and it's a little bit difficult for you. So that's enough about this today. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye.